Next week, I'm actually not going to do a food item, although I'm kind of focusing on diet a little bit because diet is 80%, right? At least that's what we're kind of thinking. Next week, I would love to hear the audience let me know what apps they use for tracking their workouts, because that's something that's my curious question. I'm going to try to I'm going to talk about and research the good tracking apps for working out. I have my personal favorite, which is not actually a fitness application, but I'm wondering what other people are using out there. So let me know. Email us at andyvsdano@gmail.com, and that's andyvsdano@gmail.com, and just let me know what apps you're using to track your workout.
Yeah, that's great. So for me, my curious question of the week is about, what color should our pee be? I keep talking about my best friend here, water.
Yellow.
When I'm sick, this is my best thing. It's not, no, well, yeah, it's supposed to be yellow, but it's supposed to be very light to clear yellow. That's a healthy amount right there. But I think when I was a lot younger, when I was a kid, I didn't drink a lot of water. Kids just go out and they just worry about playing and stuff like that. But, as you get older and you have all these problems, one of the common recommendation by the doctor is drink more water, right? No matter what it is. You're sick, you drink more water. You exercise, you drink more water. Whatever it is. You get injured, drink more water. And it makes a lot of sense because our body is made up with more than 60% of water. So if we dehydrate, our organs would get dried up and they need water to keep functioning. And the other thing is we need water to get toxic out of our body, right? If without water we can't give them that pathway to excrete all the toxic out of the body, and it will just stay inside the body. But just a side note, if you drink too much water, it can kill you too. Your body can get too alkaline, and it can kill your body because your body needs to be about in the middle, between acid and alkaline. So yeah.
I almost thought you were actually wrong on that number, but I just did a quick Google search and it does say 60%. I was always under the impression it was like 90% was your body was water.
You know what? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because of all the chemical makeup in our body. Most of it is made up of water. And I thought I heard 90% something too when I was back in high school. I thought they mentioned that to me in chemistry class. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, they say it's 60+% of our body. So I guess half of our body weight is really water weight. So I guess we can say that. But everything that I've been reading about water is just very, very important. And there's a lot of people that swear by this, that a lot of diseases out there, a lot of sickness and all that stuff can be cured with water alone if we just have enough water. And one of the things is like constipation, right? Everybody goes through constipation sometime in their life. And one of the way to cure constipation is just drink enough water, because you're basically just drying yourself out. And then when you have to go to the restroom, but you don't, it dries it up even more because your body is saying, hey, you don't have enough water in your body, so I'm going to keep absorbing all the water from your intestinal section. And, another thing is, how much water should we drink? So you've heard this, everybody's heard this. You have to drink 8 cups of 8-ounce fluid water every day, right? But here's the thing, it's still a guessing number because that's just the average for most people, but people weigh differently, their body functions differently, they have different activities throughout their day, so you might need less, you might need more. For me, actually, 8 cups of 8-ounce is only 64 ounces of water, which I think isn't enough for me. I read somewhere else too, this fitness guru. He said, alright, if you want a better idea of how much you need to drink, take your weight that you have right now, cut it in half, and that's the amount of ounce that you need to drink of water. So if I'm 202, that's 101 ounce. See, this regular water bottle right here, this thing is 16.9. So I just have to take yes, be careful guys, I am doing math, so I might be wrong, but it'll just be like 101 divided by 16.9.
There is a calculator on your computer. You can whip it out and start typing in numbers. So
I'm looking at 6-7 bottles of these. So if I don't have 6-7 bottles of these in a day, this is my way of figuring out if I'm drinking enough water. The other way that you can figure out if you're drinking enough water is the color of your urine, your pee, your piss. So, yeah.
I don't think they got it. You could keep what's that stuff called out of your body?
Called urine.
Urine.
It's called pee. I don't know any more names for that. But there you go. That's the link to the pee chart of what the color is supposed to be. You know, the first time that I was introduced to this chart was this year alone, and ever since then I've been very conscious about what color my pee is to see what's going on with my body, because it's a really good indicator of if you're having enough water, if something else is going on, if you're consuming of too much of one type of thing, right? So if you like have blue, right, the cause of that could also mean that you're eating a lot of asparagus. You know, food causes the color of your pee to change color, so you might not have to go too crazy if it comes out blue. If it comes out with like a lot of white color, it could mean that you've been eating a lot of fried food or oily food. If it comes out red, it could be a sign that it's blood in your urine, and that could be many different type of stuff going on in your body. You know, I remember once they say, you know, prostate. If you have prostate issue, that sometimes red can show up in your pee. If it's bright yellow, you have excess B vitamin. And if it's deep orange, a color that I think you don't want to have, but they say you can get deep orange from drinking like Gatorade or food coloring and stuff like that you have in like soda and stuff. But I mean, it basically means like dehydration, and you're not having enough water in your system. And then there's also the brown color, and brown color is actually, you know, a worse color for you to have. And then you can have pale yellow. Pale yellow can mean many things. It can, so, and I know it's hard to tell the difference between the colors sometimes, but let's just say this, rule of thumb, the darker it is, the worse it is, right? So I know for me, if it's really dark orange or brown, I know I don't have enough water in my system, and I better get enough water in my system. The reason why it gets darker is because it's more concentrated. You have all these stuff in your body that they have to get rid of. If they don't have enough water, it's just going to be compact with all that excess toxic trash that your body's trying to get rid of. But then if you have enough water, it becomes much more lighter, and it helps your body get rid of everything. So my goal is really light yellow to clear water. Yeah.
So should we print out this website and hold it next to our porcelain toilet?
I don't think everyone wants to look at the color of our pee, so that might be something else right there. But
unless you're a metrics person, just going, oh, what color is my pee today, and how close is it to this other color?
I don't do that. I mean, it might be a good reminder to have this right next to the toilet every time you go. But I think just for the rule of thumb, if it's a lot darker, then you should probably drink a lot more water, you know. So yeah, and I think a lot of people don't really notice it too, right? They're like, oh, pee is supposed to be yellow, but then how yellow should it be? I mean, during my gout attack, I drink a lot of water to flush everything out. But I make sure I don't drink too much because I can overwork my kidney or have a bladder problem because you're making it too big or something like that. I remember one time I drank so much water. I went to the restroom, came back, and still felt like I had to go. I felt like I somehow screwed up my bladder. But yeah, well, when I have gout, my goal is to keep it light yellow to very clear to make sure that I'm drinking enough water.
There's a goal for the website. Must keep pee at this color. We can use like a hex number.
We update our pee color every single day.
Dude, I'm sure everyone would love that. Yeah. Sponsorships would be lining up.
I am sure about this, that once I kind of brought this up, you know, if you've never heard of this before or really paid attention, you're going to start paying attention to it every single day. So, yeah. And I think it's just the best damn thing ever. Just drink enough water, guys, because, you know, with all the issues that we have, like, you know, like constipation or high blood pressure or heart problem or stomach problem or anything like that, I mean, they always say drink enough water, and I think it just makes sense, because if any of your organs get dried up, then it's going to start showing problems because all the toxins get concentrated around that area. So you want to flush everything out as much as possible. So yeah.
Alan, one of our chat listeners, did post the hex color in the chat room. I don't know if that's... I'm pretty sure it must be yellow. It's the...
yeah, I think that's yellow. So
hash, for those who want to have yellow all over the place, it's hash FFBB00. If you're into web numbers, you understand what that means. If not, just completely ignore what we just said. Don't ignore the urine analysis, though. That's good stuff to know about. And we'll have that link also at the bottom of the video and the show notes.
So, is there anything you want to add, Dano?
No, I think we have kind of gone over time, and I think this is a good way to end it. I just want to let the audience know, like, thank you very much for watching us. And then, you know, Andy, how do they contact us?
All right, you always make me giggle when you tell me this thing, because the ways to contact us is so long. There's so many ways to contact us.
You know what? Let's cut out our personal Twitters. Let's just cut those out. Let's just cut our personal Twitters out. We'll just leave it to the official Twitter. I know, I just ruined your excitement. I just killed it for you.
The best way to contact us is go to our website. It's andyvsdano.com, and you can leave a comment. We have a contact page right there. The other way you can email us is andyvsdano@gmail.com, and then our Twitter is handle Andy Vs Dano. So you can reach us any way you want right there. You can use the email to send us any inspiration that you've had, share any story that you've had. We want to know what's going on with you. We want to know who our audience is, you know, that's listening to us, and what they're going through, and what inspires them, and if they like us or not, right? Is this program being beneficial to them? Are we being entertaining enough? You know, are we losing weight? If you're a fitness guru, are we losing weight the healthy way, and all that? So contact us, let us know what's going on, and we'll really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed this episode. You know, we have a new episode every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but actually for today it was more like 12:30 because I didn't make it on time. But yeah, don't forget to visit andyvsdano.com, and we will see you next time. In the meantime, keep breaking habits, keep facing fear, and keep growing. Thank you. Bye.